chose this part of Italy because it was right in the perfect spot for us, because it was between Florence and Rome and Siena and Perugia and all the wonderful things that you can see there. The house is a farmhouse. It's what they call in Italy a casale. And we live here and we run the courses from here and the studios here. We're on a little hill. We've got great views north into Tuscany, over the valleys, all the way to Montepulciano and our local town of Chiusi, which is just over the hill. That's the tower we see from the house, and it's just in the centre of this main square of Chiusi, which is our local Tuscan town. It's just 5 minutes away from the house, and it's a great little town. It's full of little shops. Ciao, buongiorno.
Ciao, buongiorno.
Buona giornata, ciao. There's a cathedral. It's one of the oldest churches in Italy. It dates back from the 7th century, and it's a great place to come and draw and paint. It's a really good, satisfying thing to draw. It's made of this beautiful ancient stone and columns, and the way the light hits it, where you can use the light to make your drawing sort of come off the page. The landscape's why we came. We came because the landscape here is traditional Tuscany. There are rolling fields, there are cypress trees dotted around on the horizon, there are olive trees, umbrella pines, vineyards everywhere. And you come across hilltop towns as well, beautiful ancient hilltop towns that you can just wander into and explore. You also constantly find things, surprising things inside the landscape. Suddenly you come across a tower, a beautiful old 16th century tower in the middle of the landscape, and you stop and you can start drawing and painting that. I think one of the nicest things, the reasons why we're very lucky here, is that we're right between Florence and Rome. To the south is Rome and to the north is Florence, so we can go to either one quite easily. And today we're going to have a look at Florence. Most people who come to Florence come to see that, the magnificent dome by Brunelleschi. But I want to show you something else just around the corner. So many wonderful things to see in Florence, but if you look carefully and you come down the back streets where fewer people go, you can find things as wonderful as that. This is a Last Supper by a painter called Castagno, and it's magnificent. What's great about it is it's in the spot it was supposed to be. It was painted to be in this refectory for a convent, Santa Polonia. And it's got so many things to talk about, so many things to see in it. It exemplifies the Renaissance. The great thing about Florence is that there's so much to draw and paint. It's not just the bridges and the buildings that you see here. Don't forget, this is the birthplace of the Renaissance. So you've got all the wonderful works of Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Masaccio, Brunelleschi. They're all here. They all worked here. You'll never run out of things to draw and paint here. We're happy to have people at any level. You can be more advanced painters, or you can be just a beginner, just someone who's never really painted before but always wanted to try but never really knew how. And I can't think of a better place to start than around here. The landscape is simple and the atmosphere is friendly. This is a holiday, but it's more than just a holiday. It's an inspirational holiday. People come away from these courses having experienced something unique. They see the Italy that I've grown to love over the years, but more than that, they've seen a landscape which hasn't changed for centuries, the landscape of Michelangelo, the landscape that the great Renaissance painters painted. And they leave knowing that they've been a part of that.